icon, and joining me today are Robby and Chase from JoJo's season of The Bachelorette. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
We have a lot to talk about, but if you have any questions for these guys, leave them below and we'll get to them in a little bit. Well, last night was the premiere of Nick's season of The Bachelor. I'm so happy it's back. And the three of us were actually at the big Bachelor Nation premiere party in Hollywood, hosted by Sarah Heron and Ashley I. There we are. Guys, did you have fun?
It was awesome. A little red-eye going on, but we had fun.
You met a lot of fans, and there were at least 20 Bachelor Nation.
We also met more Bachelor.
There they are. Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Good
squad goals.
All for good cause too.
I hadn't met Jade or Julia yet.
Oh, really?
So it was fun.
That's great. And I hear you afterwards went to In-N-Out. How was that?
In-N-Out has been better.
You want to tell them about that?
What?
In-N-Out, when you go through a drive-thru and order 4 hamburgers and 4 animal fries.
Yeah.
And then you leave, and you only get the fries.
We got home and there were no burgers.
It's a good way to ruin a night. But
oh man, that is a bummer.
Hey, the fries were good.
The fries were good.
Nothing against In-N-Out, but we did not get our burgers.
We didn't get our burgers. I actually still need to get my In-N-Out.
We might have to go back.
Next time, we'll all go. I love In-N-Out. Okay, so there were a lot of Bachelor Nation couples last night. We had Ben and Lauren, new couple Becca and Robert, and also Carly and Evan. So which of these couples do you think is definitely going to make it to the altar and get married?
You know, I'll be honest and say I was surprised and impressed by Evan and Carly.
Really?
I mean, just kind of their mannerisms together was, they definitely like each other, and they're flirty and they're cute, and it was fun to see that.
I would agree. I think they're my favorite. I also think Ben and Lauren will make it to the altar.
Yeah.
And I think I hope Robert and Becca do.
Well,
Robert,
they're new.
They're awesome.
We don't want to put pressure on them.
It's very early for them.
So Ben and Lauren, you think they will be happily ever after? Their show is called? Yeah?
I do. Yeah, you know, being in Denver with Ben and Lauren, I spent a little bit of time with them.
Oh.
And yeah, they're just a good couple.
I was about
through and through, and it's fun to watch them go through their struggles, but also succeed.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think Ben's a stand-up guy. And with me moving to Denver in a week and a half, I'm excited to be able to spend.
That's exciting.
New news, right?
Wow, breaking.
Week and a half, Denver. I'm coming for you.
He just loves Chase so much he can't stay away.
Hey.
That romance is real.
Right?
See, Bachelor love exists.
Even in
Even
the
in
same
romance.
house, the same mansion. So
It's amazing. Okay, but there are rumors circulating about Ben and Lauren. So you think that those are false, just
What
tabloid
rumors?
that they're not doing so well? You haven't heard that?
You know, I think any relationship has struggles. They're not going to be perfect every day, but
True.
I think they're battling through that struggle to make it work.
I also think that any Bachelor family relationship has rumors, you know, because even during our season, there were rumors going around while we were on the show, and they go around back home and get spread around. So
Yeah. Well, JoJo and Jordan were not there last night. How are things with you guys and JoJo? Are you over her? You've totally moved on?
Yeah, for me, it's more of a, if I see her, it's a friendship thing.
That's
you know,
great.
if I hear from her, it's like we're just good friends, and I'm happy she and Jordan seem to be doing all right.
Robby?
Same thing. Like, luckily for me, I got to go home after the show and you know, sit down with my family, and they helped me get my feet back under myself. But last time I saw them was at iHeartRadio in Vegas, and you know, they looked happy, and I respect them both. So I hope that I hope it works out.
What do you think about Jordan? I mean, you got to know him pretty well in the house. You were the final 3.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I like Jordan. I think Jordan's a stand-up guy. It's sad that he hasn't kept a relationship with us like we have, just because we got pretty close in the house, and we all did spend so much time together. So I miss that part of Jordan. But
You don't talk anymore?
he does a pretty good job of keeping his distance from us.
It's sad. Jordan and I were very close during the season. I think you can testify to that. Like
They slept together every night.
I slept with him for 2 months.
Separate beds?
The same bed a lot of the time. To be serious,
Roommates
you know,
is really what it's called.
we were in the same limo, and then we were put in the same room in the mansion. And in Uruguay, Argentina, all the places we were roommates. You know, he was with Alex, I was with Jordan, and we were like 4 pretty close. And Jordan and I kept in touch for you know, the weeks after the show. We would talk 2 or 3 times a week, and then unfortunately, after the final episode, I never heard from him again. And I've reached out, but you know, I respect them both. So if that's what's going to make them work, good for them. So.
All right, well, now it's time to talk about the man of the hour, The Bachelor, Nick Viall. As you probably know, Nick was the runner-up on 2 seasons of Bachelorette. First, Andy's season, then Caitlin's season, and he was also on Bachelor in Paradise this past summer. So We're all hoping that fourth time's the charm for him on The Bachelor. Now, guys, what do you know about Nick? Are you friends with him? What's he like?
You know, I've met Nick once.
Okay.
I've had some conversation with Nick. I think Nick is very experienced in this Bachelor franchise. He knows what it takes to create good TV.
That's very politically said.
And did the acting classes help?
You know, the acting classes may have helped. I think the puppet fits the puppeteer's hand.
Nick has taken some acting classes, or
so I've heard.
Rumors, but
okay.
Yeah.
I met him once, and it was after the filming of the final rose. Okay. So I was in LA. I went out to dinner with him afterwards, and we didn't talk much, which is unfortunate. But I think he kind of kept himself. Honestly, he kind of made me feel like I was a rookie in the midst of things. You know, like you've been on one season, like I don't need to talk to you.
So
like, I'm a veteran.
He seemed like he was above it.
Kind of.
Yeah. He likes to take that power position, like he knows everything.
Ooh. Well, how do you think he'll be as a Bachelor?
For me, like I know that it works, right? Like
Yeah.
I fell in love with JoJo. Like I believe that he can find love, and I want him to. You know, he's 35. It's time to find that, and I hope he does. I would rather see this guy as a Bachelor, to be honest.
That's sweet. You would have been a great one, and I know that a lot of ladies were hoping it would be one of you. Are you disappointed about that? Do you wish you had had that opportunity?
You know,
So
it was one of those. I went through the negotiations. I signed the contract. I actually agreed to be the Bachelor with the franchise too. And then they called me the Monday before they announced it that next Tuesday and told me it wasn't me, but they didn't tell me who it was. So I naturally assumed it was Luke. I think Luke assumed it was me.
But
so
I heard that Luke signed something and he got the call. That's what was, in the news. I didn't realize that
I've
you
been
as
a little
well.
more quiet about it.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't outspoken, but I took the time, talked about it with my family and my friends, and if I was totally offered the position, I was going to do the best I could possibly do for it. I wanted to do it, but
You would have been great.
not getting the position, I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad, that I can actually just do it in a more organic lifestyle way to find the girl I want to be with. So
We were talking about this morning, and I'll just go ahead and share this.
Oh.
Kind of off topic. But,
Okay.
we kind of felt like you watched our season.
Yes.
A lot of people in a lot of the memes or memes, however you say that,
Memes.
Giphy, like I don't know how it goes.
Memes?
Either way, we're like all of JoJo's guys look alike, right? Like it's all kind
You
of
got the coiffed hair.
cut from the
They're
same mold,
same
right?
comb over,
So I was talking to Chase. I was like, you know what? There's 30 girls on his season, and it's kind of a mosh podge, like a melting pot of people, right? There's no like definite type.
Yes.
And I think that was because, and you might know better than I do, was because they weren't sure who was going to be the Bachelor until the last second. So they were grabbing his type, they were grabbing Luke's type, and then all of a sudden it's Nick.
I think
Isn't 30 the most there's been? Like we had 26,
so.
and I think 26
30
was
is
the
definitely
most
the
at
maximum.
the point. So,
And as far as I know, I think there was a little bit of a scramble for casting at the end there. I think a lot of the girls came in expecting either Luke or myself, and then when they found out it was Nick, I'm pretty sure a handful of them dropped out.
I heard girls dropped.
Have you been contacted by any girls who went on the show for you?
There's been a few
You've had
DMs,
to. You've had to.
slid into
Well,
I was
the
gonna
DMs,
say
but,
you've had to.
But nothing that's stuck or I haven't pursued any of that. No.
Well, okay, so you were a former runner-up. Do you think that because Nick has had more years apart from being the runner-up, he's had more time to prepare for this moment as Bachelor? Would you have been ready if you were the Bachelor because you had so recently had your heart broken?
Like I just mentioned, like I believe in the journey. Like it worked for me. I fell in love. I was ready to propose. I was ready to take that next step into marriage. So yes, I would have been ready for it. Like Chase said, it would have been something that I had to talk to my family about because it's not just me going through it, they go through it. And yeah, being runner-up, it just helped me realize that I was ready for that.
Yeah.
So
That's great. All right, let's talk about the 30 women. You've spoken that there is a lot of diversity in personality and type. So out of the ladies, Chase, if you had to set Robby up with one of them, who would you set him up with?
I need to do a little bit more investigating on all the girls. a few that stuck out from last night's episode. I might hook Robby up with, I don't know, Corinne?
Corinne.
Isn't she-
Ooh.
Hey, Florida girl.
good?
Florida girl.
She's a firecracker, according to Nick.
Is she?
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
she will get to this,
Somebody's
but
got to
she
tame this guy.
She's pretty.
kissed him
She's
first.
very pretty.
She's aggressive.
She
Do you
did.
like women who are forward?
I do.
and-
I like a girl that can take control.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, who would you set Chase up with?
Oh, look at that.
There she is, going
Night
for the
one.
kiss.
And
she
kissed
pulled a
him,
Jordan
right?
Rogers.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
kissed him, and it made him a little uncomfortable, but you know what? She went for it.
See what
Go for
happens
it.
with
Okay,
that.
so Robby, who would you set Chase up with?
Oh, shoot. Not the shark dolphin.
Not Alexis?
Not Alexis. I'd probably, you want to hear this? I'd probably set him up with Whitney.
Okay.
Just
Whitney.
to hear what Nick's response to that would be.
Oh,
Which one's Whitney?
yeah.
Is she the one that
Whitney's-
came back? Is she the one?
Do you mean
Brunette.
Elizabeth, Jade's maid of honor?
Yes.
Elizabeth.
Chase and I were both looking at each other like, Whitney.
Is that her?
Yeah,
That's
that's
her. Yes.
Elizabeth.
Just
Okay.
to, just to
Oh,
see
you
the
just wanna
response, to see
spice
how that
things
works
up.
out. Stir the pot a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, I get that. She's really pretty.
She is.
She's pretty. She
She did catch my
the
attention
final
last
rose
night.
last night at the end.
Okay, so
Dramatic.
Elizabeth was Jade's maid of honor, and Nick had a one-night stand with her. And so she came on the
Yep.
show having that history with him. What do you guys think about that? Would you have given her a rose, or would you have said, you know what, this is part of my past,
talked-
and moving on?
We talked about
you
this
know,
this
that's-
morning too.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of a been there, done that situation. If it didn't work out the first time, I don't know. I mean, maybe some new conversations going to start up in front of the camera. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see.
I related it to the fact that that rumors came out that Jordan and JoJo had talked before the season. You know,
Had
so
they?
it's kinda-
Do you know if they had?
not for sure, but I mean,
He denied it.
he was announced, unlike all of the other people. You know, it was like Jordan's on The Bachelor, and so I kind of related it to that. Like they have a past. I think that Jordan and JoJo had a past before the show.
And did you feel like that was unfair?
Putting myself in kind of the shoes of all the other girls in the house, knowing if I don't know if they know it yet or not, but when they find that out, I could see that causing some turmoil for sure.
Some drama.
Good word.
Drama.
All right, so there were a lot of entrances, crazy entrances. Did any stand out to you?
Whoever got the camel.
That's
camel.
Lacey. Lacey.
Yes.
Yes.
And
There
she
you go.
said that she had heard Nick likes a good hump.
Hump. See, I would have gone with
Ooh.
let's go hump back at my place.
Yeah, that's a good one. I thought she kind of put Luke's unicorn to shame with the camel.
Yes,
right?
she really did.
Just kinda
What's going to be
one-upped.
next year? An
Yeah.
elephant? I mean, we just have to like keep going up.
That's not a bad idea. It's really not.
I mean, what do you think about these outrageous entrances? I mean, do you think that, it makes you memorable, or is it a little too much?
The entrances make you memorable for the audience.
Yes.
I don't know if there's really that much of an impression on the main guy.
I think we both kind of kept it pretty simple.
Yeah, talk about your entrances. How did you plan them?
Mine was actually
Mine was
There you go.
There's
me.
Robby.
Mine was a bottle of wine. My family are big wine drinkers, and I had watched a little bit of the season before, and so I knew that
When JoJo's mom.
her mom likes to drink straight from the bottle.
Yeah.
So I just tried to hit home, and for me, like the number one focus, the number one priority is my family. And so I figured if it was with her too, and it was meant to be, she would appreciate it.
It's a shared
and
connection.
so I went with that.
What about you, Chase?
mine. So they kind of give you a few. They give
Look
you
at that.
they give you some
The
time to
goofball.
plan out your entrance in the hotel prior to the night, and I was struggling, and then I was actually unpacking my bags, and I found those glasses in that mustache.
You just brought them along just in case.
It was in my suitcase from a wedding I went to a couple months prior.
Oh, that's
And I
perfect.
didn't bring it intentionally, but I had it.
That's
And I
great.
showed the producers, and they're like, "That's perfect." And I was like, "All right." let's
Are
do
you?
it."
Do you wish you had done it differently if you could go back and do it again, or
Yeah,
you like
that
your
was-
entrance?
I was really nervous that night.
Oh, I'm sure.
That was probably the most nervous I've ever been.
For sure. Like that, the first
100%.
rose ceremony was the most nerve-wracking rose ceremony of all of them.
Yeah.
Well, except for
Easy.
the final one.
Well, what about stepping out of that limo the first time? All the cameras are on
Yeah.
you, the lights. There's JoJo.
So here's a funny story. Actually, they give you pretty specific directions to walk up, turn and talk to JoJo this way, and then walk around the fountain to the left. And I was so nervous that I went up, talked to JoJo, and then I walked around the fountain to the right, and I kicked over like a light and tripped over some
wires?
wires.
That's That's amazing.
So-
Did you have to do it again, or
No, I mean,
they just set up?
it's one time go, and
Oh, wow.
they kind of cut it out. You know, they didn't
Yeah.
air that portion, but
Nope, didn't
JoJo
see
and I
that.
knew what happened. So
Yeah, and
That's great.
another funny part is like everybody that's already in the house is peeking through the windows to see
Spying.
what we're doing, what our entrance
who's
is.
coming up? Yeah, who's coming out with what?
Who's coming in?
Well, this season we had Alexis, as you mentioned, with the shark costume.
Yep.
She thought she was a dolphin. She's an aspiring dolphin trainer. Is this like? What do you think of this?
It's not a dolphin.
I'm a swimmer.
Sorry, girl,
I'm a
but-
swimmer, so
Yes.
it hits home. Like I like it.
You
I
like
can
it?
respect that.
But
yes.
she was confused about what animal it was.
So similar
Come
to
on.
we had Nick on our season that had the Santa Claus
Yeah.
costume, and I know that's a long night. That's a really really
hot
long night,
in that
and
costume.
he took the costume off, but he was forced to put it back on for the rose ceremony. So I can imagine that probably happened for her too.
So what do we not see that very first night? What do we miss? It's a long night, goes until the next
Oh my
morning.
gosh,
What do
yeah.
you wish viewers knew about what really goes down?
I know there's a lot of mayhem getting everybody together for that first group picture.
Really?
I mean, that's one that doesn't
Everyone
get aired
wants
or
to be
showed,
near the
but that
Bachelor,
takes
Bachelorette.
that takes a good 45 to an hour.
Wow.
And I remember standing there and the sun's rising.
Oh, you do it after the rose ceremony?
No. You do it right before the rose
Right
ceremony.
before it.
Okay.
So, they collect everybody who's been drinking for the last 7
Oh
hours.
my goodness. Trying to get them
Try
all to
7?
smile.
It starts at like 3 p.m. the day before.
Yeah. So,
And then it goes until the next
It's like
morning.
9 a.m. the next morning.
So getting everybody there and then getting everybody organized for the first rose ceremony is kind of why it takes so long.
That makes sense.
And then also going through what Nick had 30 girls. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you watch the exit interviews and they're leaving with the sun rising. So,
What about you?
I think for me, like there's a lot of, I want to say awkward, but there was also a lot of great conversations with the guys that you meet, because you only, I think I spent a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes with Joe that first night, because everyone's scrambling for time to get in
Yeah.
there and talk to her. And so when you're not with her, you're sitting and drinking with the guys that you just met that are there to date the girl that you're trying to date. So it's
Did you guys
there's
hit
a
it off
lot
the
of
first
awkward.
night?
I don't think we talked the first
No,
night.
No?
I think we hit it off because when we moved into the mansion after we made it through the first
Yeah.
rose ceremony, we were put in the same room.
Okay.
We were top
Wasn't that
bunks
like the
across each
the
other.
garden or something?
Ooh.
Yes!
All right, let's tell everyone else. Wells told me about the garden.
Let's talk about this.
Let's talk
seriously, because
Yes.
they cut everything from that out.
It seems a little exclusive.
Do we have time to talk about this? Can we talk
Let's
about this?
quickly tell
Okay.
everyone what the garden is.
So we respected our room. It was me, Chase,
Alex and Jordan.
and James was in it.
And James F.
And he made it for a while, but like, so the other 2 rooms had 10 people each.
Okay.
And then we had the 6. And we just kept getting roses. And so I went up.
It started, we wanted to come up with a name, a team
the room.
name, kind of just a
So
create
we
some
went up to
bond
James
there, I
Taylor,
guess.
because James Taylor's, he's the singer-songwriter.
Yeah,
He's real quick on top
creative.
of his head.
Creative.
And I was like, we need a name for a room. What should it be? And the first thing he said was the garden, because you keep getting roses.
'Cause you keep bringing
You guys
flowers
just
home.
keep
Don't you
coming
think that's
home.
a little mean to the guys that didn't get roses? And you named each other flower names. That would.
That might
Come
be-
on, guys.
Maybe that's why Derek got butthurt.
Maybe.
What were your names? What were your flower names?
So, being that I have a large passion for lions, I was Dandelion.
Or a large tattoo of a lion.
That helps. too.
Dandelion.
Yes.
He was Dandelion. I was Sunflower, because I was always very tan and always very
always
out and
trying to
active
tan.
in the water. But
Do you guys
Jordan.
still call each other these names? I'm sorry.
It's kind of faded away. The garden.
he's
has been-
saved in my phone as Dandelion. And I bought
Wow.
and I bought him a gift,
You did.
a
You got me-
Moscow Mule cup that has Dandelion on it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sweet. And Jordan's name is.
Jordan was Tulip, I think, because he was
Tulips, because
That's cute.
he was the pretty boy.
Pretty boy.
And Alex was Wildflower, because he was just said whatever was on his mind.
Yeah, he was outspoken. Okay, now we'll get back to other roses. The rose on the show. So last night, the first impression rose was given to Rachel, who's the attorney. What are your thoughts on that? Was that a surprise? Did you see that coming?
That was a surprise. I mean, I didn't really get to see her in Nick's conversation.
Yeah.
But, just for Nick to give her the first impression rose is raises an eyebrow a little bit.
Yeah, I thought that there was a parallel between Rachel, who's an attorney, and Andy, who, as we remember, was an attorney.
Oh.
And Andy gave Nick the first impression rose on
There's-
her season. So
There's a parallel there, but there's also a contradiction. Like, I feel like I was caught off guard. And I'm glad she got it. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I thought she was awesome on the first episode. I'm excited to see her moving forward. But Nick's type is, short, petite brunettes.
Yep.
Dorfman, Caitlin,
Yep.
and Jen. They're all
Yeah, it's different.
that type.
It's different for
So
him. Well, maybe
it
he's
caught
branching
me
out.
off guard.
Maybe he's learning that his type hasn't always worked for him.
And it hasn't. So.
But what do you think about the first impression rose? I know Jordan ended up winning, but that's not always the case. So it doesn't
Right.
necessarily mean you're going to go all the way.
It's a pretty staple rose, though.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, because it's
Everyone remembers it.
first impression is your lasting impression. So,
True.
Rachel's probably going to stick around for at least a long time on
That's
the show if
true.
she's getting a first impressions rose.
Okay, so we already talked about Elizabeth, who was Jade's maid of honor, and she ended up staying. Were there any surprises in any other girls that stayed? Or,
I was more surprised with a couple of the girls that left.
ooh, like who?
Don't put me on the spot with names.
Okay.
But because there's a lot of them. But a bunch of, I thought,
How many went
3
home
or
last night?
4 really cute girls went home. That
I think eight.
It was 8.
Eight went
7.
home last night.
Oh, it was 8. No, it was 8. Yeah.
it's 8.
Eight went home last night, and that's a lot. I mean, but it's hard to get a good conversation in with Nick, and then
Yeah.
he has to make some pretty heavy decisions that first night.
Yeah.
So I guess where do you draw the line? But there were definitely some cute girls that went home last night.
Well, hey, Chase, you could hit up these ladies. Would you give a call to any of them, maybe? Or maybe they'll
Slide
slide in the
in.
DM,
Slide
you know
in.
what I'm saying? All right,
it goes down where?
In the D.
in the DM. All right, so time to talk front runners. I'm gonna just put this out there. I'm not usually right. My track record has been off. I've watched The Bachelor for maybe 7 years, and I'm just not usually accurate. But here are my predictions because I'm putting it into the universe. Top left, Taylor. I think she could go all the way. I think that she is Nick's type. She's beautiful brunette. She's
She is.
spunky. She came out of the limo right away and called him out, which he likes. He likes that in girls. And she was downplayed in the first episode. And I feel like when you're not featured a lot at the beginning, it's you come out later,
I know.
right? I've noticed that.
I know from experience.
Were you both
About
of
to
you?
say you're preaching to the choir.
I mean, obviously Jordan had to be because he had the first
Right.
impression rose. They couldn't.
But
I don't think that's why. I think it's because he was, Aaron Rodgers' little brother.
Well, of
and
course, but if
the
they wanted to hide the
quarterback
fact that
and-
he was going to end up with JoJo, they might have made it seem less
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah.
But so what do you think? Do you think there's any chance for this Taylor girl to?
I do. I mean, I definitely think that's a good analysis to take a look at who's
you.
who's the dark horse. I
Yes.
got labeled as that too, and it's fun to watch people rave about the ones who are getting a lot of screen time early on, and then it's the quiet ones who are going to make the impression later on.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's my third place. Second place, I think, is going to be Vanessa, top right. She's bilingual, special needs teacher, and she immediately had chemistry with Nick, and he said on camera, she's a keeper, which I feel like is a sign that they have something, you
Right.
know? So maybe her. And then third place, I'm going with Danielle L. She's from LA, so they both
got
live
a
in the
pretty
same city.
smile.
She's beautiful. And she seems really sweet, and they definitely have some chemistry. And then, you know what? My wild card kind of is Sarah, who's bubbly and cute.
She's really cute.
And I think that either Danielle or Sarah in the bottom, they could be the next Bachelorette.
Okay.
Because I
I
think,
like that.
right? Like a
Yeah.
lot of guys would go for them, and they have good energy.
Sign me up.
Yeah,
You're-
for
you're
either.
Either of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Would
So
you go
I
on
think those
again?
girls are
All
gorgeous.
four, you kind of identified exactly what we think is Nick's type.
Yeah, no,
the
I
petite
yeah.
brunette.
I think he is
Cute,
the
petite
type.
See, I would throw Raven in there.
Raven.
I
Ooh.
liked her. I liked
The country girl who it seemed like she probably was going on the show for like a Luke, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably.
I liked her. I thought, she, like you said, spunky, bubbly. Like I liked her. So
Okay. Dark features.
I think she might make it
All right. We'll have to
kind of
see.
far. So
But you said that you would go on the show if either Danielle or Sarah were the Bachelorette. I'm holding you to that. You're gonna pull a Nick, and
Is
you're
it
gonna
your
just,
decision?
Yeah, I'm choosing. So,
there you go.
but
That's
no,
fine. You want
seri-
to cast me? Cast me.
Yeah, I'll talk to ABC. It's
Would
fine.
you do it again?
It worked for me the first time. I would 100%
You do it again?
Wow.
The people I met, the places I got to see, what I learned about myself, and the woman that I want to spend the rest of my life with, all came from that time on my journey on the show. So it was 100%. I would do it again.
Really?
Would you, Chase?
It'd take a lot for me to really want to do it again. I think considering being the Bachelor, then to fall back into a contestant on the Bachelorette would be, I don't know, it'd be hard.
Yeah.
And I'd really, really have to like the girl that's the Bachelorette.
But
get to know her.
what if
first,
you don't
but-
know until you're already out in California like we did?
Like last time. Hey, you never know. We'll see what
It
happens. in a
seems
year.
like you're not closing the door. There's a
Right.
possibility.
Just the right conversation can change anything.
If it worked once, I believe it can work again. So
Right.
I would be on board.
Good. Well, now we're going to play a little game. All right. So it's no secret. It's no secret that you two and Bachelor Nick like to pose for pictures. So
Good.
we did a little investigative research
Oh, good.
with your Instagrams.
Oh, here we go.
So I'm going to ask you a question, and the answer is either Chase, Robby, or Nick. Okay?
And we're answering?
You're answering. All right. Which of you has taken the most selfies? And I mean the traditional selfie.
Nick.
See, this is difficult because I don't follow Nick.
All right. Well, you're just going to have to guess based on what you know.
I'm gonna trust Chase. Nick.
It is Nick with a staggering 81 selfies.
Wow.
His Instagram profile
That's
even
aggressive.
says, "I judge myself for the selfies." So at least he's self-aware. Do you want to
Got
know
it.
how you?
More power to him.
Chase has 10 and Robby has 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I try and keep the selfie game low.
I
Yeah.
do too.
Well, you
But it's
try to
hard to
keep
find-
the
it's
also-
technical selfie game low, but a lot of solo pics.
It's also not
So,
my
well,
like good
but-
side.
Different.
So it's like
A selfie is a picture of yourself by yourself,
Yes,
with yourself,
absolutely.
right? So
Well-
someone taking a picture of you.
Which
a
leads
selfie.
us to
oh, here we go.
which of you has taken the most shirtless pics?
That's Robby.
I actually think it's Chase.
And Nick is still a contender, just so we all know. You still think it's
Oh wait, Nick's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh.
it's either Nick, Robby, or Chase.
I thought Nick was
I think
golf
it's
last
you.
season.
I think it's Robby.
I think it's Chase.
It's actually Robby with
Yes.
39.
I'm 2 for 2. 39?
pictures, including on the far left his profile picture.
Wow, he must work out.
Robby.
I was a swimmer. I'm used to being in like a Speedo.
I will
or
also
nothing,
say
so-
that I've noticed that often after you're on the show, that's when they start popping up. The ladies, you just want your fans to see you.
Hey, give them what they want, right?
I'm just saying. Okay, and then finally, which of you
I
has
like
taken?
these.
Which of you has taken the most Bachelor Nation squad pics? And we're starting last May 2015 because it wouldn't be fair. Nick has been on for a few more years
Right,
than you.
right.
So
Nick.
the squad.
Nick, for sure.
Yeah, Nick.
100%.
That's actually not true. Robby,
you
it's
serious?
you. Yeah, you have 33 squad pics. Chase has
Okay.
17 and Nick has 16.
Now that I think about it, I can kind of see that.
Yeah, it's often just you and Chase.
Oh, so just 2 makes a
That-
squad.
that-
well,
that's
like
a s- I guess.
squad, like
Squad goals.
Yeah, like your bromance is going
There
on
you
there.
go.
And then just as a bonus round, what hashtag do you use the most? So let's start with Chase. What do we think he uses?
Probably
the most?
McNary Monday.
McNary Monday.
Is that it?
He invented this.
That's
I
awesome.
did.
Yes.
It was invented by some fans.
Oh,
and-
sorry,
and
I thought it was you.
It wasn't my invention, but I definitely carried it into every Monday. I kind of like to post a good, positive vibrations post.
That's great. Do you have one like that, Robby?
I don't.
No?
A fan did come up with a clever one. It was Rob Bay, but it was like B-A-E.
Well, speaking of, I actually saw Leah Block post a picture of you, and it said Rob Bay. So is there
Yes.
anything going on there? Are you guys
Uh,
more than just friends?
No, we're just friends. She's a great girl. I enjoyed getting to know her when I came out to Denver to visit my brother, and now she's up in New York. So she's with
Oh, she moved
Olivia.
to New York?
Yes.
Okay.
So she's with. There's a bunch of girls up there. Olivia,
Olivia,
Kayla,
so
Izzy.
sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great girls. We had a blast. I was actually with them a couple weeks ago
Yeah.
before Christmas.
That's fun. Robbie, what's your most used hashtag or frequently used?
I'm gonna say the Bachelorette.
Well, it was, but then lately you've been doing a lot of bros being basic.
Yes.
Yes, that is Robbie's new
You want to hear?
thing.
Can I tell a story real
Please,
quick?
of
Bros Being
course.
Basic is kind of why I'm on the show.
Oh.
So my brothers and I posted like an outrageous Christmas picture, 2015, and Bros Being Basic actually reposted it, so it kind of went viral.
Oh.
And the Bachelorette Instagram account commented on it and said nice. And so my little sister took it upon herself to nominate me for the Bachelorette, and that's how I
Wow.
got on.
That's a good
Pretty much
story.
from Bros Being Basic account.
So this is all full circle.
There it is. There
I
it comes.
Like it. Okay, and
Credibility
then
where credit's due, for sure.
what do we think Nick's most used hashtag?
I haven't read his captions.
Like I said, I
No.
don't follow him.
All right, it's
but-
The Bachelor, because
The
he
Bachelor.
is The Bachelor.
Got it.
You know, it's pretty fitting.
He probably, what did you start that back in 2012?
Oh, throwing shade there. Chase.
4 years
He's
ago.
35, maybe
Oh.
like 2008.
Right.
All right, boys. So the winner of this game, the winner is, with 2 out of 3 answers about them, Robby. So as your prize, Robby, ready for it? It's a signed photo of Mario Lopez, Extra's
Mario.
very own. He's the king of the
Haven't
selfie,
gotta
so
meet
it's
him yet.
appropriate.
But I was 3 for 3 on the question.
Well,
Just stop.
I'll see if I can get you one too.
Can I just meet Mario instead?
I'm sorry, he's not here today, but we will make that happen in the future. Okay, so now that our game is over, it's time to talk about you guys. Like, what have you been up to since being on The Bachelorette? What are you working on now? Talk to me.
You know, for me, I'm definitely been able to take a little bit of a sabbatical from medical device sales. I mean, that job is still there kind of as a safety net if I need to fall back to that. But I've been having a lot of fun traveling, you know, doing some appearances. Started a clothing company with a business partner of mine called Lucid Boulevard.
Ooh, cool.
You know, having some fun there, it's a learning experience, kind of taking that entrepreneurial route and just taking what I can. Opportunities coming every day, so.
That's awesome. What about you, Robby?
Entrepreneurial route is the exact same thing. You know, there's a lot of things you get asked to do while you're on the show, while it's airing, that you can't do because of your contract obligations. And so since the show has ended, there's a lot of appearances, events, photo shoots, interviews, Q&As, a lot of things you're asked to do that you line up and you do them. And that's what we've been doing. We've been traveling a lot. I also have a finance firm that I started with one of my best friends and actually my little brother in my fraternity last February that
That's
I haven't
awesome.
really been able to capitalize on because we've been so busy.
Yeah.
But that's part of my New Year's resolutions. That's why I'm moving to Denver, to sit down, to anchor myself and kind of
It's not for Chase? I thought you were moving for Chase.
That's the underlying reason.
to kind of capitalize on all these opportunities you've been given. So
That's great.
I'm excited. We have
Yeah.
a lot of, and even us, we have stuff in the works that
We got some
we
ideas
will
brewing.
announce
Stay
in
posted.
2017.
Oh, man, it is 2017.
Be ready for it.
February 2017.
Guys, give us
We'll get it out.
something. Come on, give us something that
We're working on a little bit more of an online presence.
We have
somewhere.
an online presence.
some episodes in the works, don't we?
Some episodes in the works.
Are you doing
you
a
know.
web series?
Will
I
you
called it.
tune
I
in?
knew it. Yes, I knew it. Wait, is it going to be a scripted web series or?
Here, let's stop here. What would you like to see?
I would like to see. Okay, not too scripted. I think you guys are funny off the
Oh,
cuff.
there will be
So
no
I think
scripting.
maybe you can have a situation and then go from there. You know,
Okay.
like a reality show on a web
Like
series.
date night with Chase and Robby?
Oh, I'd love to see that. As
And
long as
we'll-
it's
and
real.
we'll
As long as they're
drop-
not actresses, they're real girls.
Right. Hidden
Double
cameras
date.
and-
Yes, I would love that.
And we'll release the videos on Mondays about 7
There's your
p.m.
teaser.
Oh,
There's your
this is
teaser.
amazing.
There's your teaser.
I
Get
will-
ready for it.
Okay, I can't wait. We have some questions coming in,
Okay.
and what a coincidence. A lot of them are my friends. My sister Brooke Hahn says, would you pull a Nick on the next Bachelorette? But we answered that. Thank you, Brooke. Miss you. Let's see. Ooh, this is a great question. Rachel Geffen, thank you so much. Guys, if you went on Bachelor in Paradise 4 this summer, who would you most want to meet? Like, what lady from the Bachelor world would you hope would be
Bachelor in
there?
Paradise.
Come on, give me your honest. Like,
It's
who-
easy for me. I would say Jen Saviano.
Ooh, oh, you just want Nick's.
No, that's not necessarily. I've spent time with her. She's from Florida.
I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
has nothing happened there?
No, I mean no.
Okay.
We did. Well, she came to one of my events down in Fort Lauderdale, and I went to one of hers down in Fort Lauderdale. And we had fun together. It was fun.
Chase.
You know, I would say I like the emotional stability in a female, and I think I see that in Amanda Stanton. So, but she's
Wait,
been
she
there.
was there last night. Did you guys talk?
We talked for a
Because
little
she's recently single.
bit. Right. So,
Okay.
I mean, nothing intense.
Really
but
recently.
Really recently. So maybe you need to give her some time to heal.
Yeah,
That's really
let her
hard.
do her, and she's,
But-
you know, she's a mom. She's taking care of her kids and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was just
She
answering
was
the
awesome.
Sweet, I
question.
can see
I
that.
was just answering the
She's
Was
question.
last night
mature.
the first
She's
night you met her?
No.
It's the first time I met her. I thought she was awesome.
yeah. She's beautiful. Seems really sweet,
Mm-hmm.
genuine.
Yeah.
Emotional stability. Good to know.
Right.
Okay, so final question. Let's see. Do you think that a former contestant will show up in a later episode to vie for Nick's heart, like Nick did in Caitlin's season?
No,
Good
they've
question.
done that. They've played that card again.
Yeah, you don't think they'll do it again?
No, I think they use the one night stand girl to fill that void.
Okay.
Like they did on our season with
Jake Pavel.
Oh, that was
Pavelka?
Pavelka, former Bachelor, and it seemed like he was there for JoJo,
Yes.
but as a friend.
There's always
Right.
one of those cards. You're right.
Okay, well, that was a great question, and thank you guys so much for asking them.
Yeah.
Guys, I think this is our chance to like say goodbye. If there's anything that you haven't said yet, like this is your time.
I'm excited to see how the season pans out for Mr. Nick. Hopefully it's the last one of him. But I mean,
I think this is probably his last season on a Bachelor
could you
show.
imagine?
Well, he's
number
got to
5?
end up engaged, right? So.
Well, do you think so? Actually, let's put this out there really quick. Do you think he's actually going to get engaged, or do you think he'll pull a Juan Pablo and just say, "Will you be my
No,
girlfriend"?
I think he'll get engaged.
Okay.
I agree.
I think he'll get engaged. That's
hope
what he's
so.
doing it for, right? So
Yeah. Robbie, you agree?
I agree. Yes.
Okay.
It's his time. It's been his time. Let's make it happen, Nick. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes, go
He's
Nick.
not-
Get
we're
your
not
act
saying
together.
anything he hasn't heard. I mean, everybody knows this
Yeah.
is his 4th time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
maybe
figure
this
it
will
out.
work. All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you for
Thanks
watching.
everybody for watching. Seriously, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
2017.
Love you guys.
And we're going to be
We're gonna
here.
give back.
We are going to give back. And we in Extra will be here live every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come back, join us. We'll have other guests from Bachelor Nation and
Nope.
beyond.
She's bringing us back every Tuesday.
I
Especially
mean, if you
Mario's
want
here.
them back, like, all right, I'm not good enough for you. You need Mario. Just take this home.
Mario can just sit between us.
Thank you guys so much. Bye.